got some unfortunate news for Charlotte Hornets breakout star LaMelo Ball, front runner of the Rookie of the Year. He's expected to miss the remainder of the season after suffering a fractured hand. So basically, what happened? I'll leave a link to the video in the description down below if you want to check it out. He fell and that's how the injury occurred. I guess he like landed on his hand or something. And as a result, they lost 125 to 98 to the Clippers on Saturday. And this was reported by the GOAT himself, Adrian Wojnarowski. Um, Mario, let me start off with this. 'Cause I've been watching this dude very, very close. I'm pretty sure we all have, but this is like one of the guys, especially in this day and age, that I look at and I watch him very, very closely. And here's why I do. Because LaMelo Ball is everything we said Lonzo Ball was gonna be. I'm just being real with you guys. I know some of you guys think he was good for what he was. Some of you guys think he's a bust or whatever. But when Lonzo Ball first came into the league, I don't think I've seen a player that had so much hype around him. Like Lonzo Ball was extremely hyped at the time. Like some guys didn't even watch basketball and knew who this guy was. He was hyped. He had all this talent, and he does. He quite frankly does. I mean, he beat me in a 1v1, damn it. But then he goes on the court, right, and just he's he's not what we said he'd be. Well, LaMelo Ball didn't have that kind of hype, and he comes into the league like, well, he did have hype, but I don't even think he had as much hype as Lonzo did. But then he comes into the league and absolutely blows it up in Charlotte. He absolutely does, and that's why I say LaMelo is everything that we thought Lonzo was gonna be. You know what I mean? I know some people are gonna disagree with me on that, but that's just me anyway. But it really does suck, and I know the Charlotte Hornets are like a 500 team. I think they're like 2020 something like that. I think they are. Is that what they are, Mario?
I'm gonna look it up right now for you. Hang on a
Yeah.
sec.
I mean, yeah, the Charlotte Hornets are like a somewhere around 500. They're like hovering it or lowering it or whatever. But at the same time, you got to remember, LaMelo Ball is a piece of the Charlotte Hornets' future. The way this guy has been playing all season, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a key piece of a playoff contender in the near future. But with that being said, I do wish LaMelo Ball the best of luck. I hope he has a speedy recovery. Obviously, something like this sucks, given that you have to use your hands to shoot the ball and pass or whatever. So I do hope he has a speedy recovery, and I hope he can return to the Charlotte Hornets soon.
Yeah, well, they said he's going to be out for rest of the season. With that being said, I wish LaMelo Ball the best of luck. To answer your question, the Hornets are 20 and 21, so you're right, hovering like a
Yeah,
little bit around 500. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard for the Hornets to to start racking up some wins. On the bright side, though, they do have Terry Rozier, who's been doing pretty good for them. They do have Gordon Hayward, who's had kind of, I don't want to say a resurgence, but he's definitely improved since last year. They got some good players. The Charlotte Hornets have some good players, so it is possible that they can still make a play. They can still make the playoffs without LaMelo Ball, but it's going to be absolutely tough. Look, man. Going back to what you said about Lonzo Ball, personally, I think Lonzo Ball is starting to kind of slowly reach his potential.
right, right.
I think his numbers are getting a little bit better. Obviously, there's some people who are not happy with him. Obviously, Lonzo's always going to be the player. Lonzo's always going to be that player that has hate around him. He's always going to be that player. Why? Because, or not hate, but just a lot of criticism around him. Why? Because we expected so much out of him, like you said, coming out of college, and he didn't deliver. And then LaMelo Ball comes in and he does, what we expected Lonzo to do in his rookie year. Here's what I'll say about it though. Okay. I'll say this. I think LaMelo being hurt is obviously going to affect the Hornets, but I don't know if it's going to affect the Hornets as bad as like LeBron leaving. I don't think it's going to
Right,
be
right.
that. So for instance, I can't say right now the Hornets are going to be screwed. Terry Rozier has been playing very, very good, Nate. He's been playing very, very good. And there's been days where LaMelo Ball doesn't ball out and Terry Rozier does. Okay, now here's the thing. Going back to the same point I made about the Los Angeles Lakers team, now Terry Rozier has to do it consistently. Okay. It's next man up. And now you are the star of that team. It's going to revolve around you, Terry Rozier. So here's the question. When you were with Boston, right? And you were talking about how you weren't really happy with Boston on first take and you wanted out because you just didn't feel like you were being used like to the
Dude,
best way you could. Now it's time for you to prove what you can actually do when being revolved around you. Now I know what people say, well, he's already proven that in some cases. and do it consistently. He's already proven that. He's already proven that with cases. He's already, there's been times when, like you said, LaMelo's been bad and he's been balling out. So what's the problem? Can you do it consistently? Because a player can put up 30 points in a one day and the next day put up 10. That's not what we want to see, though. We want to see a player put up. We want to see a player be consistent. You know what I'm saying? We want to see them being consistent. When they're consistent, we get a good feel about them. They're being consistently good or consistently bad. We get a good feel about them because they're being consistent. That's what we need. The Charlotte Hornets need Terry Rozier to be consistently good. They need Gordon Hayward to be consistently good. Bismack Biyombo to be consistently good. All these guys, they have to play good, Nate. They have to. You know what I'm saying? Or for them to make the playoffs. Now, the good thing is, I believe it's numbers 7 through 11. I believe the 7th and 11th seed of each conference, I believe they get to play in a mini tournament to decide who gets the 8th seed and who gets the 7th seed, and all that type of thing. That's a good thing. So the Hornets could drop right now. The Hornets are in 8th. They could drop down to 11th and still be able to have a chance to make the playoffs. So with that rule, it gives the Hornets a little bit more life. That you could last without LaMelo Ball, but it's going to be absolutely tough, Nate. It's going to be absolutely tough. But I'm going to make a prediction right here. I think Charlotte Hornets end this season in 10th place. If they end in 10th place, I think they probably come one game short of making the playoffs, to be honest with you. That's my prediction right there. That's what I see happen. I see them dropping down to 10th. Right now they're in 8th. I see them dropping down to 10th. I see them probably switching spots with the Bulls. I see the Bulls going to 8th, and I see the Hornets going to 10th. And then they're going to go in that tournament, and I think that the Charlotte Hornets are going to get beat by like one game or whatever, and they're going to miss the playoffs. But I mean, but they could prove me wrong. They could make the playoffs, Anything could happen in the NBA. But it's going to be really hard without LaMelo Ball. But the way they can win is if Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward play to the best of their ability consistently, week in and week out, and if the team just comes together and plays good basketball. That's what it comes down to, Nate. So with that being said, I wish LaMelo Ball absolutely the best of luck because him breaking his wrist is definitely not a good feeling. This was a kid who was having a historic rookie campaign. He was about to be Rookie of the Year. He got hurt, unfortunately. So with that being said, I wish him absolutely the best of luck. I hope he makes a full recovery. Obviously, they're saying he's going to miss the rest of the season, so it's not going to happen this season. But look, man, I wish him the best of luck. And the one thing the one thing I absolutely respect about LaMelo Ball is you see a lot of these rookies come in and you see a lot of them take the game very, very seriously, almost trying to use like a Kobe mentality or a Michael Jordan mentality. What I liked about LaMelo Ball was he was the complete opposite. This guy was coming in and he was just having fun. If you looked at the way he was playing, it was like backyard basketball. That's what made him so entertaining. It was because he was just having fun in that court. He didn't take anything too seriously. Obviously, he had a competitive edge on him. You have to when you're an NBA player. But he was just having fun out there, Nate. He was just a kid. He was just a kid having fun. It was like a kid with his friends having fun in the playground. That's all. That's all it was, or on the court. That's all. That's how he was playing. I absolutely respect that. I believe a lot of rookies should take that approach because it takes the pressure off of you as a rookie. But with that being said, I do wish him the best of luck. I hope that when he comes back fully recovered, he plays just like he did last time or even better. And with that being said, I wish the Charlotte Hornets the best of luck as well, and we'll see how it goes.